Yeah, it's time for another 1 minute story review, and today we're going to be looking at Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn for the Wii. Radiant Dawn is a direct sequel to Path of Radiance and one of my favorite Fire Emblem games. It's set years after the war of the previous game and starts you off in Dain, the nation that you fought in Path of Radiance. You play as the Dawn Brigade, who are a bit contentious in the Fire Emblem community. But I like the perspective they give, because these are citizens of Dain who lost friends and family to the war. It reminds you that even though their country was run by a mad king, the Grail mercenaries from the previous game do have blood on their hands too. Speaking of the Grail mercenaries, that transitions into what this game does best, which is scale. You see, you don't just play as the Dawn Brigade in this game, you actually jump between 3 separate armies. And I do mean armies, not just like a specialist force that you would have in any other Fire Emblem game. With the size of the base camp, the maps, and how many units you can bring, you really do feel like you're leading nations. Your armies even fight each other at points with a variety of reason for various skirmishes. And each fight does feel like it has a reason for being there, stemming from the plot of the previous game. It goes from fighting the unjust occupation of the Benyon army to dealing with the power vacuum that Ashnard left behind. And also, without going into the many details, we do get a follow-up on what the Grail mercenaries have been doing for the past few years. Ike has turned into somewhat of a legend for his exploits and becomes an honorary royal guard. He doesn't really take up the title though, and prefers to do mercenary work with the Lagoos. And by the end of the game, he does get a satisfying conclusion to his long-held grudge. This is one of the harder Fire Emblem games with some of the longest maps, so I don't really recommend it as a starting point, but if you have beaten Path of Radiance and don't mind not playing as the Grail mercenaries for about 12 hours, it is absolutely worth it.